strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. Therefore take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand firm.
Yeah, you haven't convinced me.
That's what the Bible says in the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ is foolishness to those that are perishing.
Yes.
But it is the power of God to those that believe.
Yes.
So weak ass. The Bible says, taste and see that God is good.
And also, it says that the natural man cannot accept the things of the spirits because they're foolishness to him.
Hallelujah.
Because they need to be spiritual.
You need a heart change.
Yes.
You need a heart change.
Fix your heart or die.
Okay, wait. I have a question.
And God has given me a new heart.
I have a question.
God has given me.
So you don't have a strong enough argument, so you're just going to use God as your excuse to hurt people? Is that what you're
Well, are you gonna use?
That I'm hurting
Are you
people.
gonna use emotion as your excuse?
If I was really hurting people, where are the police?
I can throw that back at you.
They're inside taking fingerprints. That's what they're doing.
Police aren't stopping you.
The police don't care.
Am I hurting people?
Look,
Not us either.
emotion is not
I am.
facts.
Okay, but so by his
Facts
standards.
don't care about your feelings.
Okay, so you speak for everybody.
Oh my God, you just did that. You just fucking said that. You're such a fucking
Facts don't care about your feelings.
such a fucking.
Demons live inside
Facts
people.
don't care about your feelings.
If you want to be saved
Facts is facts. That's it.
from the very pits of hell,
Doesn't care about your feelings.
call upon the name of the Lord and you shall be saved. Yes, you will. Hallelujah.
Fact, you're using your fucking.
You know, my friend,
Hallelujah.
we are tired of trying. We are very tired of confusing you guys with the facts. We're very tired of that. We are tired of confusing you guys with the facts.
You're fucking being here. Get off.
Can I ask you guys one question?
Emotional cannot solve the problem.
Please, just one question. So, is God the only person who's supposed to judge? How come you guys are here?
God is not a person, he's a spirit.
God is a
Is that not in the
spirit.
Bible?
Yes.
He's the only true judge.
Yeah, he
So
already
why
does.
are you guys here judging?
He's already judged. That's why we are here.
No.
He's already judged.
You're judging right now.
No,
brother.
he's already judged.
Why?
He's already judged. His word said,
These people
his word said if you don't repent, you will go to the lake of fire. He's already judged. All we are doing is just telling you what he said. Now you can take that information and walk on by and do whatever you want with it. But we will not force you to believe it. We're not going to force you to believe it.
God is here.
He's already judged. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No.
Can a cigarette
You're
smoking?
telling me that you're screaming the words of God.
Can I?
People. Therefore,
Does
you're
cigarette
judging.
smoking hurt your lungs? Cause lung cancer.
Yes, it does.
So that's a fact. So if I take the word that says cigarette smoking causes lung cancer, maybe you should stop smoking cigarettes. It's not me being judged or the judgment has already passed. I'm just telling you the fact because I don't want you to die.
Yes. In a sense, it is.
Okay, so that's what we are doing here. We're telling you the fact so that you don't die. We're telling you.
Still judging.
Are you judging? But can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Everyone judges. You
Are you,
somebody today.
sir, are you just, did you just judge us right now?
I did not. Actually, no.
Did you just judge us?
You're right.
You just judged us to be wrong. Didn't you just judge us to be
Yes, I
wrong?
did.
So you're a hypocrite.
No.
You just read it.
Yes, you're a hypocrite.
I will be judged.
You're a hypocrite. You just told us not to judge, but you were judging us.
No, we're telling you that.
That's a hypocritical statement.
Technically, first off, I was asking you if your religion states only God shall judge.
The religion states that righteous man judges all things, and he himself is not judged. If I'm telling you that homosexual is wrong, and I'm going and doing homosexuality, I'm the hypocrite.
Yes.
I can't judge because I'm doing the same thing, that exact same thing. But if I can tell you that God said that is wrong, that you need to change, that there's a judgment day coming, that's love. That's love.
Yes, it is wrong.
If your neighbor's house is on fire, do you go to your neighbor and play sweet music in front of their house, or do you bang on the door?
For your house.
I will bang on the door.
And your house.
Well, whether your neighbor will come out and open the door and say, "You're offending me, get out of here."
Then I would look at my neighbor and I'd say, that is your choice, and walk.
And that is your choice, walk away. If I'm offending you,
Only in
apply the same logic to yourself and walk away. I'm here warning the people, their house is on fire, and I'm banging on the door, telling them if you don't get out, you're going to die. Because I love my neighbor, not because I hate my neighbor.
That's not at all.
Not because I hate my neighbor. Now you can come out. You can now if you feel another person can come by and say, look, my neighbor's house is on fire, but you know what? I don't think my neighbor is in danger. You know what? I'm gonna just walk away.
But my neighbor is aware of the danger he's in. It is not my place to continue.
Exactly. If your neighbor is aware of the danger.
In your logic, they're aware of their danger.
No, they're not. They're not. That's the problem. You're not getting it.
No,
my
neighbor
does not understand that his house is on fire. My neighbor it doesn't understand that it doesn't believe me.
No, your neighbor.
He doesn't believe me. So now I have to let him and give him point out to the fire, to show him the fire. And he may still deny it and say, I don't see any smoke, I don't see any fire.
Are you saying our neighbors know already?
Why does your God know?
Because he said if my neighbor's house is on fire, he should come in and save him. You said that he knows his neighbor, the neighbor already knows his house is on fire. That's what you said?
Then it would be the neighbor's choice.
Okay, so are you saying that the neighbor knows his house is on fire? Yes or no?
I'm saying it's the neighbor's choice.
No, I didn't ask you that. Because he gave you an example.
Specific example.
So answer his example. Does the neighbor know that their house is on fire? Yes or no?
They're clearly in their house.
It's not the question.
Okay, so you don't know.
You playing intellectual. You're doing intellectual somersaults.
If you were asleep, let me give you an example.
He knows you got him. He knows.
Let me, this for everyone else.
He's doing intellectual somersaults.
Fire, man, right? And your house is on fire and you're asleep in the house.
Don't be intellectually dishonest, my friend. Don't be intellectually dishonest.
Get him, bro.
We are here telling people that gender reassignment is the same as female genital mutilation. People, United Nations say this is wrong, but they also say this is right. We want you to be consistent. We want you to be consistent. If you fight female genital mutilation in another country, in a third world country, what's the difference here? Why don't you fight it here?
I don't fight it anywhere. I let people live their lives.
Yeah.
I let love happen.
Love happens. Genital mutilation is love.
If that's what they find love in, that's what they find in love.
Genital mutilation
I may
is
not
right.
understand it, but that is their choice and their interpretation.
So do you believe in absolute right?
Depends. It's subjective. Good and evil is subjective to the situation.
Is truth subjective or
It can be, yes. Truth can be subjective.
No, it's not.
The sky's blue, but that's not. We believe that to be true.
No.
But we can prove otherwise.
No, truth is not subjective.
Truth is subjective, sir.
No, truth is not. If truth is subjective, Hitler and Mother Teresa are two great people.
I have to find my girlfriend now. It's been wonderful conversating.
If truth is subjective,
I've seen you in New West.
Can I mention? If truth is subjective, if truth is subjective, Mother Teresa and Hitler are two great people. In their own sense. See, that's the factual fallacy. It's a factual fallacy, my friend.
Let me go. It was nice listening to you.
Okay, but believe in Jesus. Can I share with you?
I do.
You do believe in Jesus? Okay. Okay. Those science books you're reading, who wrote it? Those books that you read that you believe that a man can have, period, who wrote it?
I think that homosexuality is a sin, because that's what the Bible says.
Bible does not say that.
Who wrote the book that you believe in that say that a man can have period? Who wrote it? Did you get it from a book or did you get it from a...
Oh, this is actually true because it's in a book. It actually says unlike you.
I use my thought, my friend, unlike you. I believe that men cannot have periods.
You're an idiot.
That's facts. That's science.
That's all you do is laugh. All you do is laugh at that.
Just because you say it's
You
not.
really only just laugh at it.
Yes, I can, because I'm laughing at your delusion.
Just emotional.
I'm laughing at your delusion.
So emotional.
Just because you believe
so you are laughing.
Just because you believe that you're a man in a woman's body, so the whole universe is gonna go turn around and change for you. Focus on the other guy, the guy you're talking to. It's my business because it's God's business.
Adulterers, homosexuals, effeminate, abusing themselves with mankind, no thieves, no covetousness, no drinkers, no workers.
Well, they will say that it's not really homosexuality, that it's talking about pedophilia.
Only God does the saving. I present them with the gospel and God does the rest.
Okay, but how is this? What if like they don't want to be saved?
Everybody in hell,
They face the consequence.
everyone in hell is their choice. They chose to reject Christ.
Nobody's forcing you, my friend.
You choose. When you reject Jesus, you're choosing to go to hell. I'm not forcing anything on you.
But this is mostly like
Did you see us tying up people here?
no, but you like forcing when you try and like scream in their face that they can't.
We're not forcing you. We didn't tie you up. We didn't tie anybody up.
You are
here.
protesting.
We're not.
You are protesting.
We're not. We didn't tie you up. You can call us crazy and walk by.
You are the ones calling us crazy.
No, I just think it's delusional to believe that a woman.
Saying that we are crazy.
It's delusional. It's a fact. It's delusional to say that a man can have period. It's delusional. I'm sorry. I don't know how to cut it for you. I'm black and white. I'm like that. I'm not. God created them in the beginning, male and female. Now, if we tell you that that's what God did, it's not hateful.
What about
it's loving you.
people? What about intersexual people?
We call that anomaly for a reason.
Yes, it's science. And
some people have 6 fingers.
Yes.
But we know it's anomaly because human beings don't have 6 fingers. So we call it anomaly because it's not normal.
Is a 6-fingered person going to...
And those people have organs, one that is functional and one that is non-functional.
Some of them do, some of them don't.
No, one is functional and one is non-functional.
Either way, they are...
Either way, their chromosome is either XX.
I have 2 chromosomes.
There are 2 types of chromosomes.
I have 2 different hormones in me. What does that make me?
You have 2 hormones in you. You have estrogen and testosterone. Yes, one is higher than the other.
What does that make me? No, one is not higher than the other.
One is higher than the other. Women have higher estrogen than men. Men has more testosterone than women. We both have both.
You are taking it medically and science.
If you're taking it medically, then you're trying to change something that wasn't there to begin with. What are you trying to fix?
Something that is mentally wrong with me, physically wrong with me. I was born in the wrong body. Science supports this.
What are you born in the wrong body? How is that?
I was born in a body that I feel makes me very uncomfortable.
Were you born a female or male?
That's none of your business.
No, when you were born a female or were you born a male?
That's none of your business.
We can't have a conversation if you're just telling me arbitrary. You were born with a body that I can't really answer you the question because I don't have the facts.
It does not matter which body I was born in. It does not matter what is in my pants.
It does matter.
Why do you want to know what's in my pants?
It does matter. Because I can tell. No, it does matter because for me, I have in me what is called seed or sperm.
I know.
Well, I don't want to know what's in your pants. I'm just asking you what you were born. Those are two different. Those are two different things.
Stop fucking lying.
Those are two different things. Wanting to know what you were born. Are you born a biological male or a biological female? Before you
Why does that matter?
before you start doubting. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to see physically what's in your pants. I don't really care.
I know you don't want to see. You are asking.
So don't tell them that I'm trying to see. Don't tell them that I'm trying to see what's in your.
People say I should be left with justice. That's not true. God bless you.
That is the same thing as knowing what is in my pants.
You know what? God created them male and female. That's what we are here to say to you.
Male, female, intersexual people.
No.
And gender is separate than sexual.
No. It's the transgender spin doctors that are trying to separate sex and gender. It's all linked together.
There have been transgender people throughout history.
My friend, I'm trying to tell you, there are people that feel that they are amputees living in a full functional body, and they don't want their legs to be there. What we do with those people is we try to counsel them because we believe that the problem is not here, the problem is up here. And we try to counsel them so that we can guide them to normal thinking. And then those people get better and they're now fine with their legs. They're fine with it. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with transgenderism. It's up here, it's not here.
A lot of people there, they get doctors to amputate their legs.
Which is what I said, those doctors are doing them disservice by trying to do that, thinking that will...
therapy first, but if therapy does not work, then you do what you have to do to make the person comfortable in their life.
No.
Is it better that I detransition, or is it better that I kill myself? Because
it's better for you to embrace the body that God created you to be with, and be in love with it. It's not impossible. With the power of God, all things are possible.
I have prayed
with your life by yourself,
God, but He does not help me.
God does help you if you ask sincerely. God does help you.
From whatever you're struggling with, you want to be set free?
You can be set free.
A lot of things.
All you got to ask. You can be set free.
I have, and He's done nothing for me.
Let's pray for you. We'll pray for you right now. What do you want? What do you want from me?
I pray for my fucking addiction.
Okay.
Can I pray for you?
Yes, but I do not want you guys to protest my identity.
I'm not here to protest at all. Ask everyone. I haven't protested anything since I've been here. That's not my thing. But I love to pray for you, though, if that's okay.
Yes.
We love you. We want to share the truth with you. That's what we're here for. We're not here to hate you. We're not here to hate you. God.
We thank you, Lord Heavenly Father, that you said a humble and contrite heart you will not
despise, Lord God.
I ask you, Lord God, I thank you, Lord God, for setting Elliot free, Lord God, from all the addictions, Lord. From the pain. Just pray, Lord Heavenly Father, I ask you, Lord, that you reveal yourself to Elliot, that he knows that you're real.
Don't touch people during COVID, jeez.
Man, they're praying for her. Can you stop being a hater? Can you stop being hateful?
You are a fucking hypocrite. You are a fucking hypocrite.
Where are the professors that are teaching these kids? They can't even come out here to talk to you. They send the kids to you.
No, they poison them with the ideology and then they send them out.
The professors need to come and talk. Well, they're hiding. Come out.
They like to hide behind the children. They're cowards.
Well, thank you for that.
Thank you.
But still, so you called me he. You respect that I am he.
Of course I do. Why wouldn't I?
So therefore, you believe
No, I respect you. I don't have to believe what you say to respect you.
All right, I agree with that. But why are you protesting us?
Oh, I'm not here to protest.
So what is this?
We're just here telling you God. So I was actually over there. My booth says Jesus is Lord. I'm here to tell you that Jesus is Lord. He's the only way to heaven.
All right. Well, why was this titled the protest?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't here for that. I came later.
All right. Who's starting this? Are you organizing this?
No.
I think the protesters left already.
The protest has gone
They were over there
a long time ago. And it's about a man that was that said thing he has a say in his child transitioning. In his child that's transitioning, he believes that if his child cannot drive a vehicle and cannot go to the store and buy drinks, alcohol and buy cigarettes, she does not have the same right to go change her.
If a child wishes to be referred by a certain pronoun, then refer to that child.
She was not just that. She wanted to go through to do chemical castration, and so we are saying that that's wrong for those doctors to try to tell, instead of trying to help the child. Instead they're pointing them,
doing the medical things that the child needs. And if they're old enough to get the surgery and they're old enough to make that decision, then yes, that is.
I understand what but let me ask you this: if you are a drug addict, and you came to me as a doctor for my advice, and I say to you, you know what? The only thing that can help you be a happy person is to give you more drugs. Would that be a very good advice?
Actually, partly yes. You know, my situation right now was addicted to Xanax, and you know what?
So the best thing is to keep supplying to you, then you will cure. You'll be cured.
The best thing is to taper off, and addiction is not the same thing as transitioning.
It's the same thing. It's a decision made by someone.
Addiction is harming the body, causing emotional and mental pain.
The transition hurts the body too.
It's healing the mind.
It hurts the body. It does hurt the body.
The body heals.
The body heals from somebody who's a drug addict. I have a brother who's a drug addict who used to be a drug addict who's recovering right now. Many transgender people die.
Yes,
they commit suicide. They take their own life
because of people like you.
No. Even the popular ones still kill themselves.
Just because they're popular.
No. Even though that they are accepted, the popular ones they're still accepted, they still kill themselves. Why? The reason is because their body is fighting them.
Because of people like you.
No.
No, yes it is.
No, I just explained to her. Please don't get into the conversation. Please don't get into the conversation. I'm trying to have a conversation. I'm trying to have a conversation here. Respect the person.
No, I'm not.
Respect the person and just go.
You are doing the Lord's work, not you.
No, what are your
What lords? Which is the Satan? Satan is a lord too. To some
Satan
people.
is Lord, that's what you heard from him.
Yeah, to some people.
Satan is Lord.
Satan is Lord to some people.
All right, fine.
He just takes what I said and he twisted.
Just like you're twisting everybody else's words around.
You're doing the work of Satan.
You're not.
Yes, you are.
You're not doing the word of God.
I don't give
because
a
you're
shit.
not representative of God.
How?
Because of what you represent.
What do I represent? Hate.
And
am I judgmental?
You're uneducated. You are ignorant.
How?
You're a hater.
How?
The way you speak.
You gotta give me facts. You can't just make emotional statements. You can't just make emotional statements.
You're not a representative.
You are racist. You are this. You are that. That's just an emotional statement. It means it has no facts.
You're just not a representative of God.
Tell me how I'm not a representative of God.
You are not a representative of God.
Tell me how.
And that's all you have to go to.
Tell me how.
Because you're a hater.
I'm not a hater.
You are literally
A person who tells someone, who try to warn someone from a lake of fire is a hater. You are the hater, sir.
God says to treat thy neighbor with respect.
Yes. What does respect? What does telling people the truth mean?
Guy over there too. Sorry, I don't mean.
Is telling people the truth, respecting them all?
That is your truth. That is not our truth.
So truth is subjective now. You can make it whatever you want.
Yes, exactly.
So that Mother Teresa and Hitler are two great people.
I disagree with you, and we are not going to.
No, truth is not subjective. Truth is absolute.
No, I'm sorry.
I believe that.
Well, I believe different.
If you believe that truth is subjective, then Mother Teresa is a great lady and Hitler is a great guy.
Major point now.
To different people, they have their own different.
Then, because Hitler has his truth, Mother Teresa has her truth, so they're both right. That's your argument. That's your
argument.
If you believe that.
I never said that.
No, I believe Hitler is horrible and Mother Teresa is good person.
Well, you're an idiot
That's because I believe in absolute right and wrong. I believe in absolute truth. If you don't believe in absolute,
it's different for every person.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Yeah, well, I say.
Is murder wrong?
Yes.
Everywhere in the world?
Some people think not. Some psychopaths, some I don't know.
But psychopaths are psychopaths because they're not part of the truth. That's why they're psychopaths.
But for them, it is the truth. Everybody has their own truth, and our identity is our truth.
Everybody has their own delusion. There is one truth, factual evidence.
Well, yours is the delusion.
No,
you are delusional.
I mean the truth.
And prove it.
Jesus said that I'm the way, the truth, and the life.
Prove that God exists.
And no man comes to the Father, or no one comes to the Father but through me. Jesus said God created them in the beginning, male and female, He created them. God does not play crude jokes on people.
Why would I fucking believe in your Bible?
God does not play crude jokes on people.
Prove it to me. Prove
God
that
does not.
the truth is the truth.
God does not play crude jokes on people. God does not give a person, a woman, God does not give person a woman's body and give them a mind of a man. He doesn't play crude jokes.
If God exists, it is a challenge.
What?
It is, if God exists.
God exists.
Being transgender is a challenge that makes people grow mentally.
No. God,
That's your opinion.
Being transgender is because sin entered into the world and corrupted things. And God sent His Son into the world, and His name is Jesus Christ, to undo the works of the devil.
I would like you to prove to me that God exists.
You?
Me?
Yes. Your hair color, your eye color.
That is science.
All
science.
No, it doesn't. Your hair color, your eye color. Let me finish. All written in your DNA.
Yes, that's
and your DNA. The scientists call it the book of life, because if you take all the information in your DNA that makes you, it can fill 16,000 pages of books, and it's all coded information that tells the color of your eyes, your nose, how long your nose can grow. Let me finish. Humor me. And that's all of those things. All of those things have information. Where does information come from? A mind, or does information come from nowhere? From
genetics.
Where does genetic comes from? The information in your genetics is in your DNA.
Open a science book.
I'm just trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you that in your DNA is a coded information.
Yes.
Put together by an intelligent mind. It does not come by accident. That's what I'm trying to communicate to you. And that intelligent mind is God. That intelligent mind is God. That's why you are here today. My friend, you're interrupting now. I'm trying to answer your question.
Interrupting you because I hate you.
You work for the devil. Go. Get behind me, Satan. Get behind. I'm trying to dialogue with her. You just call. You don't want her to believe. You don't want. You hate
him.
You hate this person. You hate this person. You hate this person.
No, I do not.
You hate this person.
Right.
And that's why you don't want this person to hear the
When
truth.
did that person say that they hate me?
Because they're interrupting you from getting the truth. That's what the devil does. When the seed is being implanted, the devil comes and snatches the seed away. That's who you are. You're working for the devil.
You are working.
So your DNA.
You are the devil.
Florida, Orlando.
I'm trying to explain to you. I'm showing you kindness. I'm trying to show you kindness. And you ask me a question.
You need this, man.
Yeah,
And I ask you a question.
You're really emotional.
No.
You're being really emotional, sir. You need to
No,
relax. You really need to relax, so that might help.
Dude, you're so...
Just because it's a plant doesn't mean you have to smoke it.
Just because you think your God exists doesn't mean
People
you
in
have to
this
tell him.
people in this city are free thinkers, man. They don't need to be told what to do.
No, they're not
This is
free
beginning
thinkers.
Yeah,
They're
they are. And you're a... Dude,
Free thinkers.
seriously, you don't...
Ask this guy. Ask this guy.
Stop trying to push your ideology on people.
Okay.
This is fuck. Why are you out here right
Can
now?
a man
I
have?
don't care what they do.
Can a man has period? Can a man have?
Absolutely atrocious. Bad, man.
Just go with your hate, my friend. Go with your hate. Go smoke.
You are as well. Admit to your hate.
Go smoke your weed.
Admit to
Go
your
smoke
hate.
your weed, man.
Admit
Go smoke your weed, man.
Admit
I
to your
will.
hate.
And be
Don't
a
use
free
your God
thinker,
as an
man.
excuse.
Yeah.
You need this
Just
shit.
admit to your
You've
hate.
been tricked, dude.
No.
Can't you see?
Admit
You're the
to your
blind
hate.
man.
Satan has given you.
blind man.
Satan has given you a drug, and you believe that you think it.
Give me a drug.
Yes.
Nature gave me that, man.
No.
Actually.
Satan gave it to you. Yes.
Nature didn't give me it?
Yeah. God created it.
God created?
Yes, but not
Bullshit.
for smoking.
Horseshit. Go take a biology class.
Not for smoking.
Come down to reality someday. You're pretty old to be believing in this shit.
Forget it. You just made a statement.
Pro-choice.
I'm a pro-life. Look at that. Check this out.
Well,
Check
they
this
are
out.
not even humans.
You are created in the image of God.
No, we're not.
They're human beings. Oh, you mean that's not a human being?
No, not that.
That's not a human being?
Be disabled.
It's not that big
What is this?
when they are aborted.
What is this?
You have no valid point, dude.
That
None.
My friend, the fundamental human right is the right to life. If you believe that child has no right to life, I can't talk to you.
Basing everything on horse shit, dude. Seriously. Go home.
If you don't believe that that's a life, which is a fundamental human right,
Emotional, sir. You're being emotional.
does this baby has a right to life
Being
or
emotional,
not?
sir.
child would not
You're
be
showing an
aborted.
argument
Does
about
this
party.
baby have right to life or not?
Babies
Stop your
have right to
argument
life.
about misericordium if you don't want us
It
to.
says in your mother's womb. That's how you
A
started.
hypocrite. A hypocrite.
That's how that 3 weeks has a heartbeat.
So what? A heart does not mean you have rights. If it's just a heart, you can take out your heart.
Really?
Okay, if somebody is dead, is mentally, physically like a vegetable,
Yeah.
and their heart is beating,
Yeah.
and they need to be put down.
Go back to the 1700s,
murder?
dumbasses.
Yeah? You think that people should just suffer and suffer and suffer?
Well, they shouldn't put the guy. They should. Their family make the decision to let the natural course happen, to let the natural course take its place. This is not natural course. This is a natural course. But when you stop in the natural course, my friend, you can't. You can't stop the natural course.
You need a little weed in the system.
You can't stop.
Take a hit.
That's what puts you guys in this situation.
What?
Yeah, you're putting yourself in this situation.
Smoking antennas, smoking the antenna. That's what puts you guys in this situation.
Man, I don't even
Nobody's
smoke
chaining you
weed,
down.
man.
Nobody's forcing you to be here.
You can just say you're transphobic and go. You can just say
Say
you're
you're
transphobic
transphobic and you can
You
go.
can just say you're transphobic and leave.
No, I love trans people. I love trans people, and that's why I'm telling them the truth. You hate.
Well, you want to say.
You hate trans people, and that's why you don't want them to know the truth.
Say what you want to say and leave. Everybody.
That's because
such a twisted.
That's because the Bible.
Stand in front of here and tell all these people
that they are wrong.
No, dude, you have no right.
God said they are wrong. God said you're wrong, sir.
You have no right to tell somebody how to identify.
What is that?
God says you're wrong.
I don't give a.
Okay,
Seriously.
then walk on by.
No, you walk on by. Get out of here.
Yeah, like what does that mean to me, dude? Can you come down to reality?
I know reality, and you know the God that you know.
You believe in a fable, dude.
The God that you know
believe
exists.
in a fable.
The God that you know exists will judge you.
If you believe in this, you
know there is a God.
A whole bunch of other.
You know there is a God, sir. You know there is a God.
No fuck. That is.
You know absolutely.
You're after money,
fact,
dude.
You know
at the end of the day,
you know there is a God.
You know that. You know you're after money.
Can I give you $5 to go away?
You're a walking contradiction.
Can I give you $5 to go away if I'm after money? Can I give you $5 to go away?
Finally, the church will pay me.
Here's the money.
Yeah, go away. Take a million
souvenir from right now.
Take the money and go.
Yeah.
Take the money and run.
Smile all you want, dude. You're fucking full of it and you know it.
No.
Yeah.
I'm standing on a solid ground. You're standing on a shaky ground. Your ground changes every minute, every time. You just made a statement. My friend, you don't have a factual evidence to back yourself. You give it to somebody else. He doesn't need it. I'm the realest person you can see. I'm not the people. I'm not the ones that believe that men. I'm not the ones that believe that men can have period. I don't believe that men can have period. So I am thinking rational.
Ask your question. Hello, sir. Sir, may I ask you a question?
No, your question is coming from.
Why is there a pattern that everywhere religion is, there's always war?
Why is it where everywhere? Why is it?
Just curious.
Oh, just curious. Can I answer you the question? Yes, everywhere there's false religion, there is a war.
See, you're starting to sound like a lawyer.
That's what you don't believe. And everywhere there's atheism, there's lots of war. You know how many people Stalin murdered?
So wait, you're saying
it's just one atheist guy. How many people did Pol Pot murder? Just one atheist guy.
How is that relevant? How many people did the Catholic Church murder? They are Christians. You cannot say they are not.
The people can do things and claim to be who they are not.
God just doesn't care. He just lets them do it.
We are who we are.
And you cannot say
No. The question is, does the book?
He just lets it happen.
Does the book condone what they do?
He's omniscient.
That's a question you need to answer. Does the Bible condone what they do, or does the Bible condemn what they do?
And it doesn't stop them, though.
Oh, well, you're not answering the question.
I don't care. You don't give a shit.
You don't believe in
talking about
science? You don't believe in facts?
He's talking about Catholic people.
Don't give him the attention.
He's talking about. He's talking about.
If you guys support this guy,
he's talking about.
Come over to where this guy's singing about love and shit.
Bye bye. Have a good day.
If there's going to be judgment day, it's going to be for you. But
have a good day. Have a good day, sir. Have a good day. You made a statement. That's all you did.
Just one guy over here.
You think you'd be much happier in Winnipeg?
Exactly, bro.
My friend, that proves that there is God. That proves there's a God. One with God is a majority.
That doesn't make any sense.
One with God is majority.
That's real English.
One with God is majority.
It still makes no sense.
It makes sense to me. God is love.
I'm gonna go over here.
Why are you spreading hate?
I'm not spreading hate, I'm spreading love.
What do you philosophize?
Does love protect?
Bye, little bitches.
Does love protect men?
Your God is a bitch.
Does love protect? Exactly.
Back on the devil.
That's why God will judge Hitler. Because he loved the world.
Well,
That's why God judges Hitler.
6 million. I ain't never seen God.
Now you can see God as a hater, but for judging
You ain't
Hitler.
never seen God. I ain't never seen him. That's facts.
What?
You ain't never seen him. You might be hallucinating.
He's gonna judge you on the judgment day.
I've hallucinated lots. Never seen
You're
God.
gonna see him on the judgment day, and you tell him that and you tell him he doesn't exist. You tell him he doesn't exist.
I'll chill.
You will die and really believe.
You will die in your sin.
You will die and you will become dirt.
You will die in your sins and be
Jump off
lost.
this bridge right now.
If you don't believe,
I'll die with you.
if you don't believe there's God, you die in your sins and you will go. And He will judge you.
If God spreads
If you repent, He will give you. He will show you mercy.
If God is spreading love, then why are you gonna hate on the people though?
Hate on what? Why hate? Who am I hating?
No, you're saying it's all like it's saying it's all wrong, but they're just doing their own thing. They're in their own lane.
I'm saying what?
But you have to go like in their lane. But they're just doing everything, and you're coming over.
No,
here.
I'm not. Were you here all day? We were the first one here. They showed up.
The stupid liberty protesters were first.
They showed up. They showed up.
But it's because you're saying stuff like that's gender reassignment, like that's transgender. But that's not you.
You don't believe that female genital mutilation and gender reassignment is the same thing?
No, because that's their choice. Like that sounds like a really bad
genital
thing.
mutilation.
It's their choice to do.
But the same thing is
you're not ever gonna do that.
But genital mutilation is also their choice. But the United Nations and WHO fights against it. WHO, United Nations, said it's wrong and it's a crime against humanity.
Well, then those guys can commit crimes against humanity. Like they're gonna go to hell. Then, like, why do you want to be around them then? If they're gonna go to hell, that's just like
no. My friend, love is hate to say leave them alone. Let's do whatever the love said. Tell them, warn them. That's where I'm coming from. I'm coming from the area of love, and you can come from the area of indifference. Indifference means hate. You know, I don't care about how you live your life, but in the end, they're going to go to the lake of fire. But if you don't believe that, you don't have to warn them. But I believe that. I believe that there's a day of judgment coming when all those that have sinned against God will be judged and cast into the lake of fire. And my aim to save is to come and warn the people to change their ways so they can be saved. So is that hate? Yeah, please, man, please let him think for himself. He can think for himself. So is warning people against danger hate?
Pardon?
Is warning people against danger, is it hateful to warn people against danger?
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing it like this, because right
How?
now you're just like telling them they're wrong, like everything that they're doing is wrong.
If I tell you that if you smoke, you're gonna get lung cancer, you may die, and I put it on a sign and say, you know, you need to stop smoking. You need to stop smoking.
That's scientific fact, though.
Yeah, what I'm saying is scientific fact. Hell is a place where God created.
Hell is it real? Hell is home.
It's a place, a lake of fire. It's a place of judgment where God would cast all those who have sinned against, who have done murder, people like Hitler. They will be in the lake of fire. Those are the places that God can find for wicked people, and also people who are a little bit think that they are good, they're better than Hitler. They think that because they're better than Hitler, they're gonna go to heaven. God is gonna cast them in that same place too, because they've sinned against.
That makes sense too.
And so so love tells me to go and warn the people to turn around so they don't end up there. And that's what I'm doing here.
Can I say like one thing though? Do you think there's a point in life? Like, do you think there's a reason why everyone is here? Because in the end,
yes, there is a reason.
I think that it's different for everyone.
There is a reason.
And the reason that people do the things they do is because they're just trying to like live their life. Like that's just the best thing they're gonna do. Is just living their life.
If your brother is a drug addict and he's
because that's like clinically bad for him. That's going to kill him.
Well, that's
transgender. Like just doing.
Do you know how many? Do you know the average suicide rate of transgenders?
It's probably a fucking whole lot because of like you guys are coming.
No, it's not. It's not us. It's not us. Even popular transgender that actually got accepted and they're all good within, they're still commit suicide. Now, where's that? Where's the hate from that?
But that's mental health. That's not because they're transgender. That's mental health. That's just
transgender is mental health.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think that the people who, there are some people that they have what is called, they believe that they are amputees living in a body of in a full functional body. We call that mental illness too. They believe in their mind that the only way they can be happy is to have their legs cut off. That's the only way. That's the only way. Now, if I hate that person, I can tell them, go ahead. If I love them, I can try to counsel them and say that the problem is not your leg, the problem is here. Let's deal with this place. That's what I will tell them. That's a loving thing to tell them. So a hateful thing to tell them or indifferent thing to tell them is, you know what? Let's cut off your legs so you can be happy. And then I cut off his leg and he's still not happy. No. Go and look at transgender people and homosexual people. Average lifespan of a homosexual is 42.
I know some gay people that are extremely happy now that they're actually out there.
Average lifespan is 42, and you think that there's not a problem there that you can't. Huh?
The average lifespan is like 80. Everyone's gonna live to 80.
I'm just giving you the scientific fact. The other fact, the spiritual fact, is that they are going to die in their sins, and they're going to be cast into the lake of fire. I don't want to see them there. I don't want to see them there. And what I can do for them is to warn them, tell them to change, that there's a better way to life, and that is in Christ Jesus. And they can say, you know what, get out of here. And you know what I will do? I'll leave, because they've made their choice. I can't force anybody. I can't force it. God is not going to force you, drag you into heaven kicking and screaming. He doesn't do that. He gives you the option. Huh? Yes, and then your own thing has a consequence. Just like right now, you are free to ride this you're free to ride this skateboard all over the place. That's your right. But once you start hitting people with it, there's a consequence to that. Or you're riding your skateboard and you know you're taking a risk, and you fall and broke your arm. That's a consequence of taking that risk. So everything in life, my friend, has consequences. So, and we're trying to.
Their consequences, and I can really see that they don't really care.
Yeah, then that's why they're living in their own world. I'm not tying them up. You see how they all left?
And I know that's like bad for you or whatever.
It's not bad for me, it's bad for them.
I know, but no, because you care about them or whatever you're saying, like you don't want them to be there.
I feel sad. I feel sad for them.
I think they're just accepted it. Because that's how they want to live, so they're going to live like that. Even if that's how it's going to end up, but they want to live the life they want to live.
Yeah, no, the fact that Jesus said go and warn them, and if they reject you, dust the dust off your feet and move on. And he said that the day, and Jesus said it will be better for those people on the judgment day. It will be worse for those people, because now they've heard. They're not gonna say to God, "I've never heard before. Nobody told me about this."
Yeah, they know the consequence now, so now they're just gonna do
their
own thing.
They can do their own thing right now. And you too. Can I share? Can I give you something to read? You seem open-minded.
I got two.
You seem open-minded. Can I share? Okay. All right.